note of caution before you proceed. Everyone on earth believes they know what a witch is. But I have a question for you. What is the danger of a witch? North America, 2023, present day. Women are the largest voting population. Women are the largest consumer spending population. Women hold the vast majority of debt, and women will raise the next generation. The most accurate measure of power is control. There's one symbol that you see everywhere in America, and it is the representation of every state, and it signifies a unity among each. Those who are asleep to it may call it a star, but those who are aware know it as the pentagram, and it is the symbol of witchcraft, a symbol that is seen almost everywhere.
But a lot of spells that they perform, they will have to get you to come into agreement with them with those spells. Okay, so beware of people that will try to ask you for your pictures. Also, another form of agreement with a witch or a warlock is a handshake. Seems simple, right? But when you do a handshake, that's an agreement. And that can be used against you in witchcraft. Also, just a simple yes. If they ask you something, and you say yes, that is an agreement with a witch or a warlock, if they are a witch or a warlock, of course. And if you come into agreement with these witches and warlocks,
Now, it wasn't until 1619 that the King James Version of the Bible was created. And up until that point, witches had a free hand to operate as they saw fit. But this book was the first documentation in recorded history that ever told the truth about how dangerous, corrupt, and evil witches really are. Now, the first mass migration of people to the so-called Americas was in 1607. However, it wasn't until after the creation of the King James Version of the Bible, 73 years later, did we see what is now known as the Salem Witch Trials, or aka the Salem Accords. A trial, despite popular belief, is not simply a determination of whether or not someone is guilty or innocent. It's a testing of one's quality to see if what they're putting forth is what's going to be moved forward with. If you think about what you saw with the whole witch trials, you were seeing whether or not the quality of a witch's evil is what was going to be used to move forward with in the West, i.e. America. The idolization of the United States flag, I believe, is a huge factor in that evil. To this day, we see the magic of it. People believe that if you drop it on the ground, the flag has been corrupted and must be burned. It's a ritualistic sacrifice that constantly must be fed. The evils of witches and how they put such emphasis on items and artifacts, it can be seen literally everywhere, all throughout the Americas. To this very day, every post office, every school, every military base, every state-funded building, even homes, all bear the same symbols, putting forth the same exact lineage, perpetuating the mindset and the thought process of witches. Something that you can see every day becomes normalized to you, along with the ritualistic practices and values. I'll give you an example. Only in America does the biggest company not manufacture a single product and sell every product. Which begs to mind two questions. What is it that they do? And how is it that they do what they do? Because you see, witchcraft is all about control. Controlling one's mind and controlling one's perception. And coming into what is known as agreements with people. Where, say for instance, you have an iPhone or an Amazon phone or the Galaxy phone. Each one of these phones has a terms of service and a user agreement that you must constantly agree to. It's never ending. And with these agreements comes you, the user, constantly paying for a service that you didn't know you wanted, and more often than not, you never even knew you needed. You had to be told what you wanted. You had to be told that you needed. The same way that you're told your perception of a witch is some woman out in the woods with a cauldron waiting for someone to be desperate enough to need her services. When in reality, what if the witch was in the city with you? What if they were all in the city with you? What if everybody around you was a fucking witch? Would you know? Would you be able to tell? Because their symbols are all around you.
We are the spree.
So if you live your entire life buying their products, wearing their clothes, playing their games, cheering on their teams, how are you not one of them? America has never been the land of the free, and it's certainly never been the home of the brave. What it has been is a place of great deception, of great trickery, of great evil, a place where people have the wool pulled over their eyes from birth, and they don't see what's right in front of them. How can you normalize dating obese women? Hell, how can you normalize simply getting drunk or getting high every day? Everything that you think is your desire, your will, is given to you. This is the MO of the witch. This is the MO of control. If you don't believe me, look around. And more importantly, think about what it is that you see. Think about what it is that you've been seeing your entire life. They've always said that they had the Salem witch trials. Again, look up the definition of a trial.